Hey everybody. If you're familiar with this channel, you will have seen me cut a lot of this thin plywood. We use it in packaging the benches, and I've done it an awful lot, and it's tedious and boring and it never ends, but somebody has to do it. So I need to cut some more now, and I need to cut a whole lot, 13 sheets. So to save some time, I'm not going to rip them to width first. I'm going to cut them to length first, which means I'm going to be cross-cutting a full sheet. And I'll probably stack several on top of each other. But I just want to show how you can set up all our components for the full sheet cross-cut. I do want to make sure everyone understands that to do this, you need a guide rail that is at least 1600 millimeters or 1900. The 55-inch or 1400 millimeter rail is not long enough to accomplish this. Okay, first thing you want to do is you're going to put 4 track stars on the back of the table. You want to install your fences in those track stars in the special hole at the front. That's this hole right here, not this one, this one. Something else to remember, you want the Expand Dog hardware to be in the rearmost hole on this fence block, not the front one, the back one. Next, when you install your Outrigger on the bench with this sort of wide crosscut in mind, we want to determine its relative location so that you don't cut it with your saw blade, of course. And the simplest way to do that is to put in 3 bench dogs, get something straight, pull the Outrigger up against the straight edge with the dog touching here, then secure it in place. That leaves the cut line over here, so you won't cut the Outrigger. Unless you're doing a bevel cut where you're gonna have to make an adjustment that's based on how thick the material you're cutting is, because it's gonna need to be farther away for much thicker material, so that's up to you. So you will still set up your front and rear guide rail bracket using the universal setup blocks in these holes to get them square to the table and the fences. Your last step is to install the wingman on the front guide rail bracket. So just remember that if your spiral dog in your guide rail is using this slot, you want to line it up here. And if you're using this slot, which is very rare because it's only for DeWalt rails, you're going to line it up here. So we have the knob, make sure the washer's on there. Just bring that up from underneath and tighten that. Now, once you get the second knob in over here, this is going to be self-aligning with the other slots, so you shouldn't need to readjust the guide rail brackets for square. Of course, you should also make sure that you're adjusting these so the top of the wingman is flush with the top of the table. So I just like to take some piece of material and hold it down to both surfaces at once, drop the bracket, and then I'm all set. So a wide sheet can come way out to here. Okay, so I'm not removing much from each sheet. It's just an inch or about 25 millimeters. If I try to use the flip stop back here on the fence, it's a little bit too close to the saw and the saw can't quite get past it. So I'm going to use the parallel guides. I've got the back one set, and I'm going to use the rip gauge to set this front one. So the rip gauge just goes on your guide rail against the splinter guard, okay? Pull the parallel guide against it, hold that there, then come back here, tighten the knobs, and then this is in place. We can just slip this right out, and we're ready to cut. Okay, so I put 3 sheets up here. They're in place against the stops, and now we're ready to work. I have, of course, raised the rear guide rail bracket to the appropriate height for the combined thickness of materials, but in the front bracket, I don't have to change that because the spiral dog allows that variability in workpiece thickness. Not bad.